fun. And you can't use the apple dessert.
Hey, we're back with Anderson Cooper, everybody.
Oh, boy.
Anderson, you interviewed Biden in season 2 about his experience and his acquaintance with grief.
Yeah.
What is it like to speak to the most powerful person in the world about something that requires such vulnerability?
Yeah, you know, I mean, he speaks about grief in a way that I certainly no president has ever spoken about it in history. So many presidents have lost children in their lives. I mean, I think it's like more than 20 of our presidents all lost children. He obviously has had that experience, but he speaks to it in a way that few people can. We literally sat across the table, kind of elbows on a table. It was this very casual conversation. And yeah, it was extraordinary that he would devote the time to do that.
You are a father yourself. Here you are with your boys, Wyatt and Sebastian, 4 and 2. One of the things that you said is that, and I think we've talked about this on the show before, is not wanting to, for lack of a better word, burden them with your sense of being haunted by grief.
Yeah.
You want to deal with it so you're not passing on this sense of loneliness and isolation. What kind of man or human do you want them to see you as? And the reason I ask is that when my eldest, my daughter, who was about to be born, I thought, oh my gosh, there's going to be another person here looking at me as an example of what a human is. I wonder whether I'm worth emulating. I worried that I hadn't become something worth even looking at that point. Who would you like your boys to know you as?
I would like my kids to see me as I saw my dad, who was just a remarkable dad who died when I was 10. And yeah, I try to model myself after what I remember about him and how he fathered me. So yeah, that's
what do you
what I
think
would like
the central component of that is?
You know, I think he listened to me. I think he treated both my brother and I as little human beings. And I mean, you know, we were included at the table. We weren't like shunted off to a kid's room. He would, you know, every night after dinner, he and I would go off to a pizza place. And not that I was hungry because we'd already eaten, but we would just sit and talk a little bit. And, you know, I think I felt valued very early on in my life. And I think that's a remarkable gift to feel, to feel like your voice matters and that somebody sees you and loves you unconditionally. You know, you asked about what I've learned about grief. I do think talking about it is the only thing that helps. Talking about it is the only way through, and it's the only way to develop what, there's another guy I've had on the podcast, Francis Weller, who's a beautiful writer about grief, or a psychotherapist, who talks about developing a companionship with grief. And I like that idea. It's, you know, I think we all think of it as something we just got to get over or get past. I've just woken up to the fact that I've never grieved. I'm 57 years old, and this is the first time in my life I've allowed myself to feel sadness over my losses. And it's painful, but it is, you know, I've lived my life without allowing myself to feel great sadness. And because of that, I've also inhibited my ability to feel joy, because you can't have joy without also allowing sadness to exist. And so I hope I can pass on to my kids the ability to feel sad and also to feel joy.
Anderson, thank you so much for being here. Season 3 of the podcast, All There Is, premieres October 9th, and the paperback version of his book, Aster, is available now. Anderson Cooper, everybody. We'll be right back with Sting.